Hey, everybody, Victor here. If your car's vibrating like crazy, you know something ain't right. We're gonna go through all the reasons why your car's shaking and, more importantly, how to fix it. First things first, let's talk about your tires. If they're unbalanced, even a little bit, they can cause a whole lot of shaking, especially at higher speeds. Think about it. You got a big old hunk of rubber spinning hundreds of times a minute. Any little weight imbalance is going to make your car feel like it's doing the jitterbug. Hit a good pothole? Yeah, that'll do it too. So what's the fix? Easy peasy. Take it to a tire shop. Any decent one will do. They got these fancy spin balancers that tell them exactly where to put these little weights to get everything balanced out nice and smooth. All right, so you got your tires balanced, but your car still feels like a bucking bronco. You might be wondering what gives? Well, there's a good chance it's not your tires at all. Well, your wheels might be pointing every which way, but straight. That's right, misaligned wheels can be a sneaky culprit. Misaligned wheels can cause all sorts of problems, including those pesky vibrations. Not only that, but they can also mess with your steering, making it feel loose or unresponsive. When your wheels ain't aligned, your tires are fighting each other instead of working together. This can lead to uneven tire wear, which means you'll be replacing those tires sooner than you'd like. Misalignment can happen for a whole bunch of reasons. You might have hit a curb too hard, ran over a monster pothole, or even just normal wear and tear can throw things out of whack. You hit a curb too hard, maybe ran over a monster pothole, or even just normal wear and tear can throw things out of whack. Sometimes, even a minor fender bender can mess up your alignment. You've got to take it to a shop and have them put it on an alignment rack. This isn't something you can eyeball at home. It needs professional attention. They got these high-tech lasers and computers that measure exactly where your wheels are pointing and adjust them so they're all singing in perfect harmony. It's a precise process that ensures your car drives smoothly and safely down the road. Let's talk about those tires again, specifically when they're worn out. I'm talking bald, slick and smoother than a baby's bottom. Sometimes it ain't so obvious. You got to get up close and personal with those tires. Run your hand over the tread, feel for any uneven wear, flat spots, or even bulges. Any of those things can cause vibrations, especially at higher speed. So what's the solution? Well, it's time for a new set of shoes for your car. Get yourself some good quality rubber. It's an investment in your safety, plain and simple. Ever slam on your brakes and feel like your car's about to shake itself apart? It's a pretty unsettling feeling, right? That shaking can make you feel like you're losing control of your vehicle. It could be your brake rotors causing all that commotion. When you hit the brakes, those rotors get clamped down on by the brake pads, which creates friction and slows you down. This friction is essential for stopping your car safely. But if your rotors are warped, that clamping force ain't going to be even, and you'll feel it in the steering wheel as a vibration. This uneven clamping can make your car feel unstable. How do rotors get warped? It's a common question. Excessive heat is the main culprit. When your brakes get too hot, the metal can warp. Riding your brakes down a mountain pass where you're constantly applying pressure to the brakes, slamming on the brakes all the time, that kind of thing. Frequent hard braking can generate a lot of heat. Over time, that heat can cause the rotors to warp and lose their shape. What's the fix? Well, it depends on the extent of the damage. Sometimes you can get away with having them resurfaced. This process smooths out the surface of the rotors, but if they're really bad, you're going to need new rotors. Resurfacing won't be enough if the warping is too severe. And when you get new rotors, always get new brake pads too. The new pads will ensure that your braking system works efficiently and safely. Your car's suspension system is like a big old shock absorber, smoothing out the bumps and dips in the road. It's designed to keep your ride comfortable and your tires in contact with the pavement, ensuring you have control and stability. But just like anything else, those suspension parts can wear out over time. We're talking shocks, which absorb the impact from the road, and struts, which provide structural support to the suspension system. And then there are ball joints, which connect the control arms to the steering knuckles, and tie rod ends, which help steer the car. The whole shebang works together to keep your car driving smoothly. When those parts start to go, you're going to feel it in the form of vibrations, especially over bumps or at higher speeds. These vibrations can make your ride uncomfortable and even unsafe. Besides the vibrations, you might notice your car bouncing excessively after hitting a bump, almost like it's on a trampoline. This excessive bouncing is a clear sign that your suspension system needs attention. Or maybe it feels loose and floaty around corners, making it hard to control. This can be particularly dangerous when you're driving at higher speeds or on winding roads. Take it to a mechanic you trust. Have them inspect the suspension and replace any worn-out parts. A thorough inspection can identify issues before they become major problems, saving you money and keeping you safe. You'll be amazed at how much smoother your ride will be. Not only will it be more comfortable, but your car will handle better, making your driving experience more enjoyable and safer. Let's talk about your drive shaft, that big old spinny thing that connects your engine to the rear wheels, or front wheels if you've got front-wheel drive. If your drive shaft's bent or out of balance, it can cause some serious vibrations, especially at higher speeds. That drive shaft's spinning at thousands of revolutions per minute, so any little imbalance is going to be amplified big time. How does a drive shaft get damaged? Hitting something in the road, like a big old pothole or a curb, can definitely do it. If you think your drive shaft's the culprit, get it checked out by a mechanic ASAP. A bent or unbalanced drive shaft can cause some serious damage to your transmission if left unaddressed. If your car's vibrating like crazy, especially when you're idling or accelerating, you might have yourself an engine problem on your hands. One of the most common causes of engine vibrations is a misfire. That's when one or more cylinders ain't firing properly, which can make the whole engine run rough. Bad spark plugs, clogged fuel injectors, even a vacuum leak can cause a misfire. Another culprit could be worn-out engine mounts. Those mounts are what keep your engine connected to the car's frame, and over time they can wear out and cause excessive engine movement. If you're feeling vibrations when you shift gears or when your car's under load, you might have a transmission problem on your hands. Your transmission's responsible for transferring power from the engine to the wheels, and it's a complex piece of machinery with a whole lot of moving parts. Transmission problems can be expensive to fix, but ignoring them is only going to make things worse. If you're experiencing any kind of transmission trouble, get it checked out by a qualified mechanic as soon as possible. If your engine mounts are worn out, it can feel like your engine's trying to break free from its moorings. You'll feel excessive vibrations, especially when you're accelerating or decelerating. If you're handy with tools, you might be able to tackle this one yourself, but if you're not comfortable working under the hood, it's best to leave it to the professionals. Your car's exhaust system ain't just for making noise. It's responsible for carrying harmful exhaust gases away from the engine and out the back of your car. If your exhaust system's damaged or loose, it can cause vibrations that you'll feel throughout the vehicle. A common culprit is a broken exhaust hanger. If a hanger breaks, your exhaust system can start banging against the underside of your car, causing all sorts of noise and vibrations. Your axles are the shafts that connect your wheels to the differential. If an axle is bent or a CV joint is damaged, it can cause vibrations that you'll feel in the steering wheel or the floor of your car. If you suspect an axle problem, it's important to get it checked out by a mechanic as soon as possible. Wheel bearings are the unsung heroes of your car's suspension system. They allow the wheels to spin smoothly with minimal friction, but when wheel bearings start to go bad, they can make one heck of a racket. You'll hear a growling or rumbling noise, and you might feel vibrations in the steering wheel or the floor of your car. The good news is that replacing wheel bearings is a relatively straightforward repair. Sometimes brake calipers can get sticky, which means they don't release properly after you take your foot off the brake pedal. This can cause your brakes to drag, which can lead to vibrations, especially when you're driving at higher speeds. If you suspect a sticking caliper, it's important to get it checked out by a mechanic as soon as possible. Sometimes the simplest explanations are the best. If your car's vibrating, it could just be something as simple as a loose part. Open up the hood, take a look around and see if anything looks loose. Check your battery terminals, your air intake hose, even your engine cover. Sometimes a simple tightening is all it takes to cure those pesky vibrations. So there you have it, folks, the top reasons why your car might be vibrating and how to fix them. Remember, a little bit of preventative maintenance goes a long way. Keep your tires inflated properly, get your alignment checked regularly, and pay attention to any strange noises or vibrations coming from your car. And if you're ever in doubt, don't hesitate to take it to a mechanic you trust. Now get out there and enjoy the open road, vibration free. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tips on keeping your car running smoothly.